Let's knock this out of the park. Not literally though. Buongiorno! It is a Friday night. How do you say Friday in Italian? I don't know. I'm out of my depths. Okay. Be serious. Okay, that is a bottle of urine right there. It's obviously not a bottle of urine. This is a lager. This is a EXP Hale, it says on it. Don't know if that's an old one or what, but this is from Gavin Devlin. And this is basically his lager. So, if I can remember what the recipe was roughly, Pilsner malt, a little bit of Munich, maybe, a little bit of Vienna, and a bit of Brew 1, I believe. And the yeast was Munich something or other. I don't know, I can't remember. And that's what we're left with. Look. Nice and clear looking already in the bottle. I'm showing you that now because no doubt I will rock this pour. Especially considering I've held it up a couple of times already. So it's been in the fridge for maybe a week. Maybe slightly over a week. I'm trying to get it nice and clear. It's a bigger hiss than the one I sent you. Than the one I sent you, Gavin. Or no, I didn't actually send you that one. I thought I was gonna leave it for a couple of weeks and then rebottle it, and it didn't work. See the whole trying to get a lager bottled off a keg. I don't know. I'm thinking I might have to actually put the whole beer gun and all the beer lines into the geyser or into the freezer or something just to chill everything down in order to get it bottled properly. Because I really don't know what else to do. I might actually use the 3/16 beer line that I have in the geyser rather than the kind of one that came with that beer gun. I don't know what size that is, but because that would all be hooked up and all. So I might try that. But yeah, basically I poured off one. I did 2 bottles I think last week, and it was less foamy, but I'm pretty sure it's flat. So I'm just waiting for Jacko to open his bottle and we'll see if it's flat or not. I don't know. It probably is though. Less foamy though. Okay, I can cut all that out. All that bullshit waffle. That's what it looks like there. Not crazy carbonation. Wasn't expecting it to be. But we've still got that clarity in there. Which is good. Which is what we want. So I can see the camera through the beer. So I can see myself holding it up, basically. Is what I'm saying. That makes it clear in my book. Not a huge amount of head. But, I mean, that's not surprised considering it's kind of low carbonation. On the nose, now I will say it's just out of the fridge, so it's not necessarily as warm as it should be, but then again, lagers are supposed to be drunk cold, aren't they? So it does immediately get this kind of, you get that smell of lager, and I don't know what that means, but I don't know, it's like a little bit of like bubble gum or something like that, you know. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Please tell me someone does. But it's it's just a tiny bit of bubble gum, and this other kind of a little bit of fruit in there from somewhere. So yeah, I think Gavin said he hopped it with Brew 1. Now Brew 1 is not one I have used. I don't know if I've tasted it or not. Timmy will probably know if I've tasted it or not. I don't think he sent me one with Brew 1 on it, so I'm basically a Brew 1 virgin. Whatever that means. So, cheers. Oh yeah. I mean, it is a lager. It still tastes like a lager. And you get that kind of lovely, there's a lovely mouthfeel on it. It's very cold. I mean, I'll be honest, it is very cold. It tastes like a lager. The aftertaste is exactly what you would expect from having a pint in the pub. But the taste is, there's got this little, it's just this little kind of fruity note to it. A bit of a florally kind of taste as well too, you know. Little to no bitterness. I can't remember if I poured that on camera or not. I've noticed in the last couple of reviews I've missed the whole pour. People do complain about that, so I can only apologise. I mean, I don't mean, I'm not really sorry, like, but you know, I will say it anyway. But honestly, I'm not sorry. It tastes like a beer. It's clear. The aftertaste is like a beer, and it's got this little fruity note. So nice soft mouthfeel as well too. That's very important with lagers, I found. That's good. That is good. I like that. So, yeah, that is it. I don't really know what else to say. There's not really much else I can say about the beer. I mean, it is a lager. It's not. It's not. It's like reviewing a stout. It's not. It's not really that exciting, is it? Really? Unless it's like some kind of imperial stout or whatever. But so yeah, that's it. Gavin, that was a very nice beer. Very much liking that. It's definitely a lager. So I think you've corrected as well too. So we are both on the same crest of the same wave, I think. But on other sides of, you know, whatever the RC. Okay, this is the other beer from Gavin. So this is a two-hearted ale beer. I've actually had this from Gav before now, so it was very good. Let's give it a sniff. It's smelling good. It's smelling sweet. Look at that colour on that. That is absolutely beautiful. A little stuff in the bottom. Okay, look at that. Looks fantastic. Just this kind of red hue to it, and it's, you know, I made lots of red beers before, and they're either too dark or they're too light and they look orange. Well, that is just, that is perfect. It's not brown, it's not orange, it's definitely a red colour for sure. Fantastic. Not too much, not too many bubbles. It's low carbonation. Usually is with Gavin's beers. Oh, the smell on that. What does it smell like though? In my own little world there for a moment. It's not really kind of. It's not like really IPA pungent or anything like that. It's just this really kind of nice. You don't really get that with Centennial hops. It's more kind of the flavour on them. But there is definitely this kind of. It's almost like an orange marmalade type of smell. That's what I'm kind of reminding me of, you know, when you twist the lid off. A little bit of citrus as well. And then just this general sweetness is the best way I can describe it. It's just out of the fridge. It's probably too cold, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going in. Cheers. A little bit of bitterness on that. It kind of tells you it's an IPA. Staying. The bitterness is staying. Mm. I love this beer. Love this beer, as in, well, this beer as well. you kind of get this kind of, you kind of get that bitterness up front. And it just stays all the way. I'm not really sure what the ABUs are. I can't remember. I think Gavin sent me a text on it, but I can't remember what it actually says on. Probably should have checked it before. But there is definitely I'm trying to look past the bitterness. I'm not going to mention it anymore. But it is there, and it's the main thing about this beer. It tastes quite clean. There's a little bit of orange in there, but I'm trying not to mention the bitterness, but the bitterness is there. I mean, it's not stupidly bitter or anything like that. It's just kind of upfront as soon as you take it. It's like, whoa. It reminds me in a little way. His wasn't as bitter as this, but it actually reminds me. Robbie Williams sent me a beer a while back, and it was like his version of Arrogant Bar Steward, but it wasn't quite as. It wasn't anywhere near like the original, but he had kind of made it into something else. And that's kind of what that reminds me of. It definitely has this kind of old school American IPA feel about it. And there's this kind of flavour, which is kind of sweet and almost like a I want to say chewy. You chew your way through the beer. It's maybe not necessarily the right way to describe it, but it's like kind of sweet, kind of crystally type of taste. Crystally type of taste, whatever that means. Just like you dump a load of citra or dump a load of. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. It's almost got this kind of crystally. I've said it again. Crystally type of taste. It almost has this crystally type of taste. Crystally type of taste means crystal malt, and you dump a load of it in, and it comes out this real kind of sweet and bitter almost at the same time. There is the sweetness there, but there is this real bitterness. Now, normally in those type of IPAs, I think the bitterness is on the back end. This is right up front, and it's kind of taken over the beer. I'm feeling the alcohol now, I can't remember what percent even this is. I probably should have looked. But I'm feeling it now. Now, to be fair, my dinner's on, so I haven't actually eaten anything yet. So maybe that's the reason for it. So give me one last taste, and then I'm going to go and get something to eat. Okay. Orange marmalade, right? So I'm smelling. There's maybe a little alcohol note off that, actually. Then on the taste, let's go. Bitterness straight in. Sweetness. Kind of orangey, fruity kind of flavour to it. Bitterness again. Bitterness. Bitterness is going away, but it's dragging its feet. Bitterness. It's not intensely bitter. It's weird because it's not like it's 100 IBU or something like that, but it's just up front, and then it kind of hangs about. So yeah, okay. A Don't think it's the same as the last one you sent me, Gavin. And if I'm being honest, I think I prefer the previous version. I think this is too bitter. This is too bitter for me. I'm turning soft. What can I tell you? I'm turning soft. The banana has turned. Now, under 40 IBUs now. It used to be like 60, 70 IBUs. Now it's like under 40. Definitely under 40. IPAs, well, 45 IBU. Let's stretch it for an IPA. Very nice. You know what? Beer's beer, and there are many beers, and I intend to drink them all.